welcome back to my vlog, and this is vlog 5, and so this week's vlog is going to be about our dress and tech rehearsals for the showcase. I'm not gonna lie, it is really cold, so ignore me for wearing my coat. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a get ready with me while I tell you about this week's vlog. Okay, so just jump straight into it. The aim of this workshop was to move our ensemble piece into the theatre, as that was where we were going to be performing the showcase, and just to adjust to the spacing, because the spacing was a little bit bigger than it was in the classroom. And like I said before, it was a dress and tech rehearsal, so it was pretty much just focusing on how the performances work with the music, the timing, and also the lighting as well. So for the whole week we were rehearsing our ensemble pieces that we've created like previous weeks, which were inspired by the practitioner Frantic Assembly, who we have been focusing on for the past few weeks. And the process of this rehearsal was pretty chill, because we were just rehearsing the ensemble piece that we've been doing last week. And it was just to ensure that everyone knew what they were doing for each count of music. To prepare ourselves at the beginning of each lesson, we always set up the setting for the stage, which had 3 tables, 4 chairs on each table, and then everyone had their own 3 props for the ensemble piece, like I've said in the previous vlog. There wasn't really anything challenging, I'd say, throughout the whole rehearsal week. But if I had to pick the hardest thing, I think it was probably just everyone getting in time with the music, as we were all really struggling to perform all at the same time. I think everyone was at least 1 count behind, because obviously we don't have our teacher counting us in every time, so we had to adjust to that. Something that was very stressful was being able to set up everything in time. In the showcase, we had around a 10-15 second gap to actually get all the tables and chairs on the stage and set up before the lights go up. So therefore, with the tables and chairs and all the other props, we had to have a structured plan for who was taking what, so then we could all get it running smoothly for the day. So whilst we were rehearsing this week, we also got to work alongside another drama class who were also taking part in this showcase, and I found that really fun, as we got to see what else they were producing for it. So in comparison, their pieces were very scripted based, whereas ours was more physical theatre, but they both worked very well like alongside each other. It was a nice contrast to see in the showcase. Both classes were very supportive and encouraging towards each other, and it was just such a nice atmosphere to be in, because from past experiences I found that sort of community to be quite judgy towards one another, as much as you'd expect it to be in the industry anyway, but it's really not. It was so great to be in. So from the first rehearsal, the only feedback we received was really easy to apply. For example, working on our timing together, knowing our correct spacing, because we had to move a lot of our spacing really forward, and always keeping our heads up and keeping our eyes to the front and keeping a serious face, because with Frantic Assembly, all of their physical theatre, it's very serious. They don't have any really positive facial expressions, unless if we were speaking we had to obviously look at the audience and we could use our facial expressions, but when we weren't talking we always had to keep our heads up, eyes up to the audience, and serious. So the difference between a dress rehearsal and a tech rehearsal is that obviously a tech rehearsal focuses on the sounding, the lighting, and how well it works with the performances. And then the dress rehearsal is seeing how well the costumes work, because a lot of people, including myself, had to have costume changes as I had my singing duet with Evie. It worked really well though, because I had a pretty long gap, but for those who didn't, they had to make sure that they were changed quick enough for the next act of the showcase. I'd say the only thing that I'd change about this week's rehearsal was to have had more time beforehand, as most of the rehearsal it was very focused on our group, which I felt was a bit unfair compared to the other classes, as they didn't have much time. However, they are just a course drama, so they've had obviously more time in class to do it, whereas my class is A-level, so we have other classes to do. I think we only get 3 classes a week, whereas they probably have a bit more time. as they purely focus on that. But yeah, I think we should have had a bit more time beforehand to work on it. This week's session has really helped me generate material for the future, as I now know how to work as a team and really adjust, change and adapt to anything that needed to be worked on. For future reference, I can now obviously work properly in a team. I could anyway before, but it was nice to work as a team again, with obviously new people, collaborate each other's ideas in, and ensure that improvement is made in the performance. And that pretty much concludes this week's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for next week's vlog because it's all about the showcase. It's very fun, and I'm going to show you both of the performances, my ensemble and my singing duet. Actually, to finish off this vlog, the last thing I'm going to show you guys is some rehearsal videos from the theatre. It was very fun. And also, before the rehearsal, like the first one, me and Abby walked into the theatre and it was pitch black, and we thought it was really funny because we got quite scared. So I'm going to include those videos as well. Okay. So right now the theatre is empty. We're here for rehearsals. No. People were here, but now they're gone. We don't know what just happened. Wish us luck. I'm gonna film. Look up to the ceiling, and then black out. That's what makes it look okay. That's why it's supposed to be. Everyone seems to think that they're already leaving. So I guess I'll just. Bye.